Brie Larson is back with an all-new trailer for her upcoming The Marvels movie. Over the last couple of months, this film has been the subject of lots of internet scrutiny. All of this has been fueled in large part by the recently announced delay. Originally set to release in July, the movie has been pushed all the way back to November of 2023. This came after numerous reports of bad screen testing and behind-the-scenes drama. Although most of these reports are still unconfirmed, the delay still came as a massive disappointment to many fans. The upcoming The Marvels movie will star Brie Larson as Captain Marvel, Iman Vellani as Ms. Marvel, and Teyonah Parris as Monica Rambeau. Although labeled as a sequel to the 2019 Captain Marvel, this film is set to stand on its own. With Marvel setting up for yet another Avengers movie during Phase 5, the Marvels will serve as a springboard to introduce more Avengers heroes. Although this is not the first time we have seen Ms. Marvel and Monica Rambeau, this will be the first time that we see them as big world-saving superheroes in a blockbuster movie. With the first trailer for the Marvels movie now officially out, reactions have been interesting to observe. For the most part, fans are really enjoying what they have seen so far. It is very clear that this movie will have a different tone to the 2019 Captain Marvel movie starring Brie Larson. For this film, the screen time is shared amongst 3 stars at once. One person that was noticeably absent for most of the trailer was Brie Larson herself. It is very clear that at least for the opening act and possibly the first hour of the movie, she will take a bit of a back seat. This is likely to allow the audience to get used to her 2 co-stars, Iman Vellani and Teyonah Parris. For the most part, this does make sense. The Marvels does not really serve as a Brie Larson movie. It serves as a vehicle to introduce more Avengers. Marvel has been very open about their desire to introduce more female characters into the fold. The rest of the trailer did have a few general ups and downs. Most people will likely be excited to see Nick Fury back in action again. He has been a staple of the Marvel Universe since the beginning. At this point, he is one of the only original cast members left. One problem that still exists in my opinion is poor CGI. This trailer has done very little to try and fix this issue. Over the last couple of years, both Marvel and Disney have been blasted for their poor visual effects. Now it should be noted that the former president of post-visual effects Victoria Alonso has been fired. Many are hoping that this can lead to some positive changes. One part of the brand new The Marvels trailer that has been very interesting to observe is Brie Larson. More specifically, the fan reaction to her. It is no secret that over the last few years, Larson has built up a bit of a bad reputation for herself. Now, whether you think it is valid criticism due to past remarks or just sexist trolls, is for you to decide. Personally, for the longest time, I was all aboard the Larson hate train. Personally, I did not like some of the past comments that she made, and refused to watch anything that she starred in. I made only one exception to this, and it was for Avengers Endgame. At that point, I have invested too much time into the universe not to watch the conclusion. However, over the last couple of years, the reception towards Larson has definitely changed. Most people have moved past the comments that she has made and actually started to view her work more objectively. Now how long this will last, I do not know. If I look at the brand new trailer that just released, many fans are actually praising Larson for her performance. She is more cheerful in this movie. She also shows a wider range of acting that makes her character more relatable. Believe it or not, she actually looks happy in this trailer and showcases emotion. In my opinion, this was a deliberate choice by the director. They likely know that Captain Marvel is not very well liked and decided to make her a bit more relatable. Thus far, I think they have done a good job. When I read over some of the comments, there is one common reaction people have. The movie looks better than expected. As stated, the Marvels have not had the best of times over the last couple of months. The movie by this point has been delayed a total of 4 times. Originally, the movie was scheduled to release on the 8th of July 2022. It was pushed back to November of the same year. Unfortunately, as 2022 drew closer, it became clear that we would not see the movie released. Instead, we got an all-new release date of the 17th of February 2023. It was not long after this that the movie was delayed again to July of 2023. As most know, the new release date will now be the 10th of November 2023. At this point, it is very unclear why the movie went through so many delays. Some reports have suggested that the movie suffered from poor screen testing. This resulted in Marvel calling everyone back in order to reshoot certain scenes. Others have suggested that there is some behind-the-scenes drama. A few unconfirmed sources claim that Brie Larson was consistently fighting with some of her co-stars. The most plausible explanation I have seen thus far is post-production editing. As most know, Marvel recently fired their VFX and president of post-production special effects Victoria Alonso. There is no doubt that this likely played a role in certain Marvel products being delayed. Special effects is the backbone of these Marvel movies, and losing the leader of this department will certainly mess up your schedule. However, even with all of this drama, it seems unlikely that we will see another delay. Fans of this movie can expect to see it in theaters on the 10th of November 2023. Overall, it is going to be interesting to see how all of this plays out. The Marvels does have some massive shoes to fill. With the first Captain Marvel movie making over $1 billion at the box office, many have high hopes for the sequel. It is of course worth pointing out that the first movie has many advantages. First of all, it benefited greatly from the third Avengers movie. Captain Marvel was advertised as a must-see movie leading up to Endgame. Back then, Marvel was also still regarded as the gold standard of superhero movies. Phase 3 was massively successful for Disney. Most movies released during this time were almost certain box office successes. Sadly, we are now far removed from this reality. Since Endgame, Marvel has taken a bit of a dip, at least according to the box office numbers. Although many still seem to enjoy these movies, the superhero hype is not as high as it used to be. The Marvels will have their work cut out for them. This movie will serve as one of the launching pads for the upcoming 2025 Avengers movie. Ultimately, only time will tell how all of this is going to play out.